So I wanted to address a couple of things, not because I have to, and I normally don't feel the need to, and maybe it's because I'm a little emotional today. Maybe it's because I'm in a in a pissy mood. I don't really know what it is, but but I think it's funny that people hear a poem or two and think that you know me. You don't know me. You hear me spit a poem or two, and it might be some shit I wrote 3 years ago. And when I perform it, my job is to tap into the same emotion that I felt the day that I wrote it. Right? So I just want to address this one thing, and I'm gonna put it out here on my little YouTube for all of you guys to kind of get a grasp of. I need you to really pay the fuck attention. I really do. And then after I do this, you can kiss my ass. But let me just say this. For those of you all who say, oh, Dani's a man hater and she deserves that label and she's vindictive and she's whatever, you make no mistake. When I'm being vindictive, you'll fucking know I am and you'll deserve it. Just saying. And if I decide that you deserve it, I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. I'm going to do it because it's me. Now, you can have your opinion. You don't got to like it. You can say whatever you want to about it. However, it's me. You don't know what happens in my personal life behind closed doors that gets me to the point where you see whatever it is I'm doing. So I don't really care. But I just want to throw that out there, give you something a little chew on, just something to chew on. Now, for those of you guys who say that you follow my poetry and that I'm a man hater and that label is well deserved, I just want to point this shit out to you. So just follow the fuck along right here. This would be my first CD. This is called Undiluted Truth. You see it? This CD has 11 tracks on it. Now, mind you, this CD is my first CD. It came out in December of 2009. I was pretty angry because the man hater that you're talking about had been married at that point in time for 12 years. She'd been cheated on. She'd had a few other things happen, blah, 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 whatever. But I was married at 24. I was separated at 35. And my divorce was final in 2010, in October of 2010. So what, a year and a half ago? So I was 36. No, 37. Whatever, 37. So the man hater that you're talking about spent the majority of her adult life married with one man raising her children. Just so you bitches get it straight. All right? So out of the 11 tracks on probably what is my most hateful CD, being the man hater that I am, Broken is absolutely a piece that says, fuck you, nigga. Absolutely. The next one is, and I beg to differ with this. We Women is not a man hater poem. We Women is a poem about how men sometimes mistake our realness for weakness, and how when we try to be sweet, we get taken advantage of, and that we ought to be treated with respect because we give birth to your babies and all of that other stuff. So I don't really consider We Women a man hater piece. It's more of a we woman piece. That's why that's the name of the damn poem, is We Women, because it ain't about men. It's about us and the fact that no matter what happens to us, we survive. And I don't care what culture you come from. You look at your culture, the survival of your people, and it will date back to your women. So We Women is not a man hater poem. So still, we're at one, Broken, on Undiluted Truth. The next poem, I've decided to no longer hate you. That is absolutely a F you nigga poem. And it's to my ex. Because I was finally at the point where I had decided to no longer hate him. I didn't wish great things for him. But I was moving, I was kind of move on, wishing bad things upon him. So absolutely, which I think after 12, 14 years of marriage, I'm entitled to be a little angry for a minute at that particular man. Notice, not men, man. Man, that man, my ex-husband, I can write whatever the fuck I want to about him, and that does not make me a man hater, just so you know. This right here is me a little angry. Not angry, just irritated over the bullshit. So anyway, and it's not just y'all, it's other shit too, but anyway. Court of Emotional Crimes. Yes, now this comes off as a man hater piece because I'm talking, but if you listen to it, I'm only talking about one person. I'm talking about one person, and he knows who he is. He used to live in North Carolina, as now lives in California. He don't even live here anymore. So what are we at? We're at 3 now out of 11, right? Don't turn out like me is a piece that I wrote to my daughters, telling them that no matter what happens to them, I want them to be better than I am. that even though they didn't experience some of the abuse and things that I did, that I don't want them to have the same emotional handicaps that I do. I'm extremely self-aware of my deficiencies. I don't need anyone else to try to point them out. But this is a poem that I wrote to my daughters. Now, mind you, that's three. That's three man haters. Now, Mary is not man hater. We women is not man hater. Our love is like worship is not man hater. So I got three man haters, four non-man haters. Can I play for you? Can I play for you? Is a piece that I wrote to a man that I knew I messed up, that I ran away. And I'm begging him to come back. If I could tempt him from heaven. Definitely not man hater. So again, three man haters, five non-man haters. Next piece, if you're a good guy, definitely man hater. Same dude that moved from North Carolina, California. So now we're at 5 and 4. Next one, stars. A piece about a baby. Actually, it's a piece about a man who has his infant in the craft store. It's a father-daughter piece because my father died when I was a baby, so it was kind of a revelation to me. So anyway, here we go. So 6, 4. 6 for the non-man haters, 4 for the man haters. And the last piece was a challenge from Blues for us to write a love letter from one superhero to another. So it's a letter to Bruce. So again, off the first CD, there are 11 tracks. 7 of them, non-man hater. 4 of them, man hater pieces. But actually, not even man hater, specific 2 man hater pieces. 2 for the nigga that moved from North Carolina to California, and 2 for my ex-husband. Got it? Are we clear? That's undiluted truth in case you need to know. Second CD. There's a total of, now look, it's dysfunctional dismemberment. There are 19 tracks on here. Some of them are interludes. The first piece is by Blues. So we're going to take it kind of in chronological order. You ready? So dysfunctional dismemberment, definitely not a man hater piece. It's me saying that I love this man so much that I would rather cut off parts of my body to try to forget him. I want to plug out my eyes so that I can't see him. I want to cut off my ears so that I can't hear him, because just the sound of his voice will make me want to come back. Definitely not man hater. Love and basketball, sarcastic piece written to my ex because he was self-centered, and I equated him to like Kobe Bryant. He wanted to play every position instead of letting me do my part. So that's 1 for you guys, 1 for the man haters. Anxious, love piece. Kindred spirits, sexual abuse piece, written for women. I played for you, love piece. Casting call, about my marriage. So that's 2. Again, it's about my marriage though. I don't really call it man hating. It's about my marriage. Shit. If tears were prayers, definitely not man hater. That's all about me. I don't want to be loved. Definitely about me and my own struggles. And it's me saying how I do want to be loved and the right way to love me. 11, testimony. Definitely not man hater. Love not war. Again, not man hater. It's me saying I'm going to fight with you in the beginning because it's all I know, because I'm scared that you're going to end up fucking me over like everybody else. Again, not man hater. It's about Dani. So you get it. 7 pounds of inspiration. Pretty cutthroat. Well, let me back up. Blood is thicker. Another molestation piece. 7 pounds of inspiration is a piece that basically says, if you're going to leave me, just die. Just die if you're going to leave me. It's not really a man hater piece. It's me saying to this individual, oh my God, you leaving me hurts me so badly that I would rather you be dead, and then maybe we could use your organs in somebody else, and maybe when I walk down the street I could see your eyes. Right? Maybe somebody else could learn to love me if they had your heart. It's not a man hater piece. It's a pretty cryptic way of saying you hurt me, but it's not a man hater piece. My addiction, definitely not man hater. Again, all about me and my deficiencies. Freedom. Freedom is the piece that I wrote for my divorce party, which didn't say a negative word about my ex, but only about my season and what time it was for me. That's what freedom was. And then 19 is love letter. Definitely not a man hater piece. It's the piece that I wrote from a challenge from C.P. Mays that said, I want to see a female poet write a real love poem from a man's perspective, and that's what I did. So again, 19, 16 of them actual tracks. Of those 16, 15 are mine. 2 man hater, quote unquote, pieces about my ex-husband, which I can hate his ass if I want to. Just saying. Last CD, Dual Diagnosis, just came out this past November. Are y'all keeping score? Are you keeping score? We got 15 pieces and 11 pieces. That's 26. Out of 26, we got 6. And of those 6, 4 are about my ex-husband, 2 about one other nigga. Just so following along. So Dual Diagnosis has 11 pieces on it. Her is about my dual personalities, Tara and Dani. Black Swan is about people taking advantage of me and maybe seeing me for something that I don't quite see myself of. I'm Real talks about the real scars and things that women have and how we're probably insecure in ourselves. Repo Man says to this man, oh my God, I love the way you looked at me so much that if I could repossess your eyes and keep them to wake me up every morning, God, I would feel so great. Definitely not man hater. Self-aware, again, that's pretty explanatory, right? Self-aware, all about me. Conversation with God, that should be pretty self-explanatory too. Not about a man, me and God. This shit is for the birds, not about men, about falling in love. I don't care whether you're a man or a woman. Falling in love is the scariest, most crazy shit on the planet, and it doesn't always feel good. So this shit is for the birds. Love poem, not a man hater piece. The Best Sex, again, a sexual abuse. It's actually a date rape piece. Black Swan Ballet, sequel to Black Swan, again, has nothing to do with men. It's a thin line. Oh, it's a thin line. Talks about the thin line between what I'm doing with this particular person and how we're managing our friendship and not crossing boundaries that would be considered inappropriate because I'm not perfect. That's what that piece is about. Again, not man hater. And let me see, the last one is Dual Diagnosis, which talks about, again, Tara and Dani, how there came to be two of me, what the differences are, why I need them both to survive. So I want you to follow me. 11, 11, and 15. So what is that? 22, 22 and 15 is 37. So out of 37 pieces of poetry on these 3 CDs, there are 6. There are 6 that are negative towards quote unquote men. 4 to my ex-husband and 2 to an ex as well. So the next time you open your mouth and you want to say, oh, Dani, that little man hater label you got is well deserved and blah, 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 blah. I need you to know what the fuck you talking about. Because that's only the work that I put on my CDs. That's only the work that's on my CDs. We can go back and look at a ton of it. I can pull them out from anywhere you want to. I don't ever write man hater pieces. I write pieces about specific relationships. And I write multiple pieces. What's so funny is all y'all getting pissed about the piece that I put up about Jason. Let me just tell you, Inception was about Jason. This thing we're winging was about Jason. God, Love is Scary was about Jason. But nobody had shit to say when I put up a sweet piece. Simplicity was about me and Jason. But that's so funny. Nobody got upset about those. I wrote 6 or 7 poems before this one about me and Jason, one of which was negative. It's the only one you chose to comment on. You know what? That just goes to show you people see what they want to see. People hear what they want to hear. And because I know that, it's why I'm putting this shit out here one time. And whatever you think about me from this day on, I don't care. I don't care. Because I know who I am better than any of you. But all I'm going to say to you is the same manner in which you sit back and you make judgments and you make assessments and you make, your own assumptions about people, be prepared for people to do the same thing for you. Because I promise you, I don't sit around wondering about your trifling asses and what your relationships are like or why you're the way you are. I don't care. Get your shit out. However you need to sing a song, stamp your feet, tap your toes, snap your fingers, whatever. I choose to write. It's what I do. You don't got to like it. Don't watch it. Don't read it. But don't you dare sit back and think that you know me or you have the right to label me because I promise you, you don't.